What's going on, guys? So in the last video we talked about resealing the trunk. I just hadn't had time to get to it really. The weather's been terrible, not that it's any better today. But I just got sick of water in the trunk, so I got this 6mm foam at a craft store, and I was worried about it being too thick, but looking at the OEM gasket, this is probably like 8 or 9 mil, although it's much softer foam. So managed to get it out pretty clean. I'm going to trace around this and get a little cutout. I don't think I even have to make these perfect. As long as it seals on the edge and I can get at the plugs and the bulbs, it should be fine. But yeah, first I got to cut out this RTV. I did this when I first got the car, and this was a major mistake. You do not want to use RTV. I used butyl caulking on this one and it is held up fine. It's still not pretty. Like eventually I'll redo it, but for right now, it does seal. All right, so we got the rough shape here. There's just a couple things like these little slots that don't really seem obvious. Some of these things will actually stick up. Some of them are going to be included. Like I'm not going to include that on my cutout because it'll just be in the circle, right? So that'll fit in there, no problem. You just really want to have it sealed and then access to the bulbs and the mounting screws, of course, so, and the clip, obviously. Okay, so halfway through, and pro tip, do not use a razor blade. You can use a razor blade to get the big stuff off, but a microfiber and some wax and grease remover, this stuff works great. It comes off. Just go against it. Like don't rub. I mean, you can do it like this, but going against it will actually start to flake it off. Like all of this was just rubbed off. You know, I really don't like scraping the paint. There's probably several layers of primer underneath that I could go through before it actually created a problem, but it just bugs me, right? I'm OCD. I prefer not messing with the paint, and this is the safest way of doing it. Okay, not bad for a little parking lot prototype. Some of these holes could be cut out a little cleaner, but I'm literally on the ground with a razor blade, so what do you expect? Now that I got the OEM gasket out though, I can do a perfect cutout. So if anyone wants these, because I know that these are quite hard to find. You can find them on like Kruber and some of the SEMA forums, but they are quite hard to find and they're not cheap. Or this was literally like $1 a piece. So I might offer a really nice gasket, and I'm gonna make sure that the thickness is right. This is 6mm. I might try and go to like 8 or 9, just to kind of mimic the OEM gaskets a bit better. As far as the mating surface, I got it cleaned up pretty well using a microfiber and wax and grease remover. Got most of it off, just trying not to nick the paint as best I can. But yeah, this should seal it up pretty good. Let's give it a test fit and see how it looks. Okay, so got it all back together. The foam is definitely stiffer than the OEM gasket, so I only clamped it down to where I felt comfortable. It's still got a little bit of a gap there. Only reason is because when I did this side of the butyl caulking, I snapped one of the studs off going too hard. So what I'm gonna do is just over the next few days, just give it a couple turns. That way it can kind of compress slowly and evenly. I'm sure it'd be fine because the foam is softer than the butyl caulking, especially when it's cold. I just really don't want to do another stud because it's a pain in the ass. Hopefully that has it sealed. I got a couple work towels in there just to see if it's still leaking or not. Forgot to record an outro. So I just want to say April 25th, our track is opening back up. Over the winter, I did a couple things to this car, a couple tweaks that have changed how it shifts. So I am very, very excited to see how this thing does with the track. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.